Good afternoon. Tamil Nadu Crime Media reporter Ashraf. How to avoid suicide due to stress and suicides. I have explained in the following link. Please watch. Please avoid suicide thoughts and realize that we are not born to live and act proactively without fear. Tamil Nadu Crime Media kindly request all who may be a member of college educated, school educated family, be it male or a female, to avoid suicidal ideation. Please. Thank you. Jai Hind.
These violent protests are nothing but a ripple effect of the premature death of a schoolgirl who dies by suicide. And this is not an isolated case. More than 1 lakh people in India die by suicide every year, and the rate of such deaths is increasing with each passing year. According to National Crime Records Bureau, over 1,64,000 suicides were reported in 2021, an increase of 7.2% compared to 2020. And it is not just mental disorders or health issues. The reasons for suicide vary from person to person.
It is not just related to mental health. Suicide is a very complicated thing. It could happen because of emotional turmoil, of course, mental health, financial difficulties. Some people might be going through their health issues. Sometimes it may be a relationship issue. Suicide happens, or a person tries to commit suicide, is when they generally feel overwhelmed, when they feel they're not in control and they feel helpless and hopeless.
As per NCRB data, several states or union territories have suicide rates above the national average. What's more shocking is the fact that only 5 states account for more than 50% of suicides in India. With growing suicide rates, it is necessary to watch out for warning signs.
I think first you have to look for any signs of mental illnesses to begin with. So you're looking at people who become extremely quiet, they're not themselves, you notice a change in their personality. So let's say somebody who was very active, very social, and suddenly they're quiet, they don't want to mix with people, they're refusing to come out, they do not attend their colleges, schools, in the house also they're isolating themselves. There are some people who might also be more agitated, right? So some people might show their distress by agitation rather than being quiet. So those people will also be, you have to consider what is happening in their life. So a sudden change of personality is something, or behavior is something that people need to focus on. If somebody's had a major setback in their life, so, the selection hasn't happened, or they failed a class, or a marriage or a relationship has broken down, a diagnosis of cancer, or something which is an untreatable disorder, those are the things that you have to focus on. Those are the people who are more likely to attempt suicide or get into mental disorders. People who express suicidality, people who say, look, I'm going to die, or nothing is good for me, I will not get better. Those are also some of the warning signs. If somebody is expressing suicidal intent, then of course the chance of committing suicide become much higher. We have to start talking more about mental well-being, because it is a byproduct. If the mental well-being is strong, if you feel positive in your life, then the chances of thinking about suicide or self-harm are much lesser. I think the first thing to be supportive and encouraging, right? Don't judge a person for doing that or attempting that. Be around them, support them. So initially, try and speak to them yourself. If you feel the issues are big, they cannot be helped, resolved, then offer to go to a doctor with them. Because sometimes it is very difficult for a person to go by themselves. If you as a person feel inadequate in helping and supporting the person who's struggling, then seek help from people around them. It's okay to break confidentiality. It's okay to break friendship, to help the other person if you feel